Narrators! Hey boys and girls, as we finish up our narrative writing unit, we are going to take a look at our rubric. Our rubric helps us make sure that we are doing everything that we need to in our narrative writing to make it the very best that we can do. So at the top, you will see it says, I can show writing stamina. So that means that we can work for long periods of time on our writing. And we should be really good at that by now because we have been working on that all year. So everybody should be getting an all of the time. Okay? The next area we're going to look at, it says, I can tell a narrative story using a combination of detailed pictures and simple sentences. So that is also really important. And that one, we need to remember that a narrative story is about a real life event that's happened to you. The next one is showing characteristics of a narrative. So we talked about using a hook, using transitions, and ending with feelings. And that can be a little bit tricky to do. Okay, so that might be something that you go back and you look over your writing and you make sure that you use the hook at the beginning, you're using transition words such as after and then you're ending your story with a feeling. So you're telling us how you felt during your story. Then we also talked about mechanics, and we talked about that this week. Making sure that our sentences begin with the uppercase letter. Making sure that there's spacing in between our words in our sentence. And making sure that our sentences end with the correct punctuation mark. So it's super important to be able to go back through your writing and make sure you guys are all doing that. Okay? And then finally, we should be able to retell our story. Our story is about something that happened to us. So that's really important. We should be able to do that, and that should be pretty easy because, like I said, it's a story about yourself. So this is the Unit 4 rubric that you will need to go through and check that out. I will have this uploaded so you could look at it again for future reference if you'd like. So today I'm going to share with you guys my story that I wrote, and we're going to go through, and I want you guys to see if it sounds good. Okay, so let's get started. Page 1 says, "Who is there? I hear a knock at the door." Page 2 says, "I go to the door to see it is my mom. I let her in. Then we eat and chat." And page 3 says, "After we are done, Mom goes home. My mom makes me happy." All right, let's go through. Did I write the whole time? Well, you guys didn't really see me writing, but I did write the whole time. Okay? And then it says, I use detailed pictures and simple sentences. Well, that's something I need to go back and add because I didn't show any detailed pictures, did I? On page 1, when it talks about a knock on a door, I could draw a picture of my mom standing at the door, and I could draw a picture over here of me standing there looking confused like, who's at the door? And then on page 2, I could show a picture of my mom and I eating and talking. And on the last page, I can show a picture of me waving goodbye to my mom, and I have a big old smile on my face. That would show that I'm happy. So I definitely need to go back and add some pictures. But I really did a good job at adding the simple sentences in my writing. Then we look and I see, did I use a hook? So I asked a question for my hook. I said, who is there? Did I use transition words? Let's see. I used the word then and the word after. So I did use transition words, and I also ended my writing with a feeling. I said, my mom makes me feel happy. So I would get a thumbs up in that area. Then I look at mechanics in my story. Did my writing did all of my beginning of my sentences start with the uppercase letter? Yeah, they all did. So I definitely did a good job there. And then I look and see, did my writing have spacing in between? What do you guys think? Yeah, pretty good there. And then did I have punctuation marks in my sentences? I have a question mark here, and I have a period there. On my last page, I also used an exclamation point to show how happy I was. And then at the end, I should be able to retell my story. So I can look back and I should be able to read my writing as what I wrote over a few days. So I definitely can do that, and that's really important that you guys are able to as well. Okay, so today you guys are going to continue working on your writing booklets. If you get to the point where you think you're done, I want you to refer back to our rubric to make sure that you're in each of the thumbs up columns in your writing. If you look back at your writing and there's a spot where you're like, oops, I need to go back and improve that so I can make sure I give a thumbs up, then that's okay, because we'll have several other days that we can work on our writing. So thank you guys, and we can't wait to see your stories. Bye.